Okay, what's your name?
Susan Presand.
And how long have you been a full-time RV'er?
We have a home. We're not full-time.
How long have you been staying in an RV this summer?
This summer, we got here the end of, we left April. We left San Antonio in April, and we'll be home probably in October.
Oh, that's actually a good portion of the year.
Yes.
So you're like a good part-timer.
Every year gets longer, yes.
Ah.
Yes.
So what's motivating you to keep your home?
All the stuff that's in it.
Ah.
And I still work. It's a part-time. I still substitute teach. And we like San Antonio a lot.
Got it. So are
Great
you
place.
usually in San Antonio?
Yes, that's our home.
Okay. And you just come up because you're in California right now.
I have a son in Long Beach that we just had a grandchild in March. That always gets us to the West Coast. And we have friends in Olympia that gets us to Northern California.
I see.
And the weather.
Well, yeah. Heck yeah.
The weather, because it's still boiling in San Antonio.
So how long have you been an RV'er?
Probably since about 05.
Okay, that's
10 years.
That's a while.
Yeah,
Have you done this every year since then?
No, let's see, I retired from teaching in 08. So since then we've been really hitting the road.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So from Texas to Klamath, California, that's quite a trek.
Oh yeah.
So do you stop along the way and just camp?
We go 300 miles. That's it, because I do the driving.
300 miles a day?
A day.
Okay. And it's you and your husband, correct?
Yes, correct.
Got ya. And what does your family think of you leaving that long in your RV?
Well, since we park in their driveways along the way.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, we spent 2 weeks in Long Beach in his driveway. So it's nice to have your own home when you go visit your children even.
So were you dry camping or did you have your...
No, we hooked into his house.
Oh, got ya.
Used his bathroom.
Okay, I see.
And in Dallas, where my daughter lives, we've widened her driveway and put in a plug. So we stay in her driveway.
Wow, that's really cool. That is really cool. We did that a couple weeks ago, and that was our first time staying in a driveway. And it was a learning curve with what to do with the black tank and the emptying. So
I try and go in the house.
We learned that real fast. So your kids are really happy then that you get to travel and see them.
Yes, they do.
That's really cool. So do you have someone watch your home then?
Yes, my husband used to be a police officer.
Okay.
And we have friends that have keys to the house. And my daughter went down and spent the weekend, and so it's easy.
So you are a work camper here at Klamath.
I am.
How did you get into the work camper lifestyle?
I found it in a magazine. I found this place in a magazine. And I have worked here, and I worked for the Corps of Engineers for a month. We were in Dallas, and I was teaching for them and writing curriculum for the Corps of Engineers, and they let us stay at the park for a month.
Oh, that's really cool.
And that was a lot of fun, yes, because I love to teach, and my daughter had contacts to get me into the schools.
That's cool. So they have their own campground.
The Corps of Engineers have campgrounds everywhere.
Wow.
They're fabulous. You ought to look into that.
So they do work camping?
Yes.
Or is it like a paid thing?
No, they do have both. They have both. And they have Corps of Engineer employees also.
Got ya.
But they have work campers, and they do get paid. Like the people at the gate, when you come in and things like that, pay your admission, they get paid. And they want like a 6-month commitment.
Right. So how long have you been a work camper since you've owned an RV?
3 years.
Okay. So before that, you just traveled?
Just visited,
Just traveled on?
Yes.
Got ya. So what made you want to work camp then?
I don't know.
Hey, can I interrupt for?
Yeah.
You need... No, don't do that.
So can I ask what kind of issues have you guys encountered since RVing? Since you first got in an RV in 05, did you have any previous experience RVing before that?
We had that little Rialta, like the people that came in. We had one of those. And that was how we started in that thing. Until we couldn't move anymore because we had so much stuff.
So you guys upgraded?
We were in Tucson, and we traded up. Got a little bigger.
And that's the one you have now?
That's what we have now, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, but we're not at her campsite, or else I would show you her rig.
I have a Sunseeker.
Sunseeker.
Forest River.
Right, and that is the Class C.
C, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's nice, everyone.
It's fun. Well, we bought it because our grandchildren could sleep over the cab. They called that their clubhouse.
Aw, yeah. So is it 2 rooms then, technically?
Well, above the, above the driver's is a full-size bed.
And in the back, there's a bedroom.
There's a full-size bed, yes.
That's nice. So did you guys have any learning curves then with RVing? Or traveling as much as you guys do?
Let's see. Not really. We started off belonging to KOA and primarily did KOAs, and then we found that the Corps of Engineers, and it was cheaper. And as we got older, we got Corps senior citizen thing. I'm trying to remember what it's called. America the Beautiful, which is a senior citizen thing that you can get into, like Yellowstone for half price. And
oh, it's like a discount card for the nation?
For the nation.
Wow.
It's $10 for life. It's a good, wonderful deal. So we have those, and that really helps us go places. And my husband is not a real camper, so this is perfect for me, and I feel safe. I mean, I can go places, I can walk, I can leave him at Yellowstone. We parked, and I went and drove. We always have a car with us, and I drove up to Yellowstone, and he didn't go with me, but I feel relatively safe because he's in the area. And we've learned, the difficult things we've learned are phones. Like here, my phone doesn't work. And that's very difficult for me. I have to go to Crescent City to talk to anybody. We have track phones.
Oh, okay. We have pay-as-you-go phones too.
And yeah, now last summer I had a Verizon, and that worked. But that's the only downfall that I can really say is I get lonely. Like when you don't have hookup.
To call people and stuff.
People, yeah. It's lonely.
Well, do you guys have internet everywhere you go, or no?
Yeah, we do. We have it through Verizon, through our sons.
Got ya. That's good. What kind of places have you traveled to so far, besides Texas and California?
Well, we're originally from Cleveland, Ohio, so we always go to Cleveland. And then we go to the West Coast, down to Cincinnati, where there's family. We just joined that family motorhome. Mosquitoes. Then we go over to Maryland. We try and keep an RV small enough to fit in driveways, so people welcome us.
Yeah.
The thing we found last fall, that RV parks closed, which we're not used to being from the South, but they closed.
Oh, for winter.
For winter. And they don't open until Memorial Day. So that was a big learning curve. People need to be aware of.
What's your favorite place you've been to so far?
My favorite place? I really liked Mesa Verde, the cliff dwellings in Colorado.
Haven't been there.
Awesome.
Is it worth it to go there and travel?
I mean, I climbed down in the cliffs and went through it and all that. I like history, and I love going to places. I like presidential libraries. I really enjoyed in California going to Nixon's library and Reagan's library. Reagan's library is awesome. And that's one of my goals, is to go to all the presidential libraries. Like Lincoln.
Yeah.
I spent a good day in your town.
Yeah.
With Lincoln. I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty big over there.
Your husband was telling me that I need to go outside to that other place of Lincoln's. The town.
Yeah, where he lived. Where he lived, yeah. I forgot what it's called. Isn't that horrible?
It wasn't far from you. But that day, that street, that museum, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so
that's a good goal.
Oh, yeah. I love history. I love American history. I like going to battlefields, Civil War.
So is that something you seek out when you're at a campground, to see what's locally around historically?
As I'm driving down the road, I do that. We also sometimes, like when we were in Salt Lake City, I went to the Tabernacle, listened to their organ music concert. That's awesome. They had Sunday mornings. They have a free concert on that organ. That organ is like nothing you've ever imagined. I mean, it's just huge and fabulous. Put this on your to-do list.
I will. Yeah. That sounds awesome. No, we want to travel everywhere. So.
Yes, and a lot of times we stay at fairgrounds. Like in Salt Lake City, we stay at the fairgrounds. They have RV parking.
We have tried to do that before, but we've never been able to contact anyone at a fairground.
You look it online. That's Mark's job. He always finds us a place to stay. I drive, and I tell him, okay, I have about another 2 hours in me, and then he starts searching for places to stay.
Do you guys ever boondock?
Oh yeah, Walmart.
Okay.
I'm a Walmart fan.
Gaia. Any issues you've had boondocking there?
Well, a lot of city ordinances won't allow it, even though Walmart does. The city ordinances say, no, you can't. And being a senior, I feel vulnerable sometimes. I really, think, sometimes I'm sitting there in the Walmart parking lot, like in Mississippi, and I'm thinking, this is stupid. This is really not where I need to be.
Right. Do you typically just keep it down to one night at a Walmart
and then for sure
move along?
Yes, only one night. Yes.
Do you use the proper RV etiquette and go in and ask if it's okay?
I always do. Yes.
That's
and buy
good.
stuff.
Yes, we do too. We've only done that once. We've only stayed at Walmart once, but we definitely have
buy stuff. Yes.
Are there any advice that you would tell people about RVing, since you have seemed to RV more than live in your house?
Well, we have too much stuff with us. That's part of it. Our friend that got us into RVing over the years are the friends and live in Washington State. And they're always telling us that we're way overweight, that we're carrying much too much stuff with us, and we need to check our tires and such, which I'm not having done. I do belong to Good Sam, and I did have a flat tire, oddly enough, like an hour from my house.
That's good. It was so close.
Yeah, and they came right out and fixed it for us.
That's good.
Yeah. So I need coverage like that. And my husband being a sick person, I'm always aware of the signs on the road where it says hospital. I'm always looking for that.
I did not know that about your husband.
Yeah, he's had
so you guys
serious problems.
Travel even though he's ill sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's the other good thing is our Walgreens. We couldn't do it without Walgreens. Our medicine is everywhere we want to have it.
That's good.
That's awesome. I mean, that without that, we wouldn't be able to go.
That's good.
Yeah. So there's a good chain of command here in the United States. We haven't done other countries RVing.
Do you want to eventually?
We wanted to go to Canada last year when we left here, but it was already snowing. It was September, and they were already having blizzards and such. We wanted to go to Banff and chickened out. I said, I'm not doing snow.
I didn't know it snowed that early there.
Well, I went through snow in Idaho, in Wallace, Idaho, that area. I went through snow.
Not fun, huh?
No. That's why I stayed in Texas and didn't go back to Cleveland. I hate winter.
Are there any plans for the future of just full-time RVing? Leaving the house?
Off and on, but no, in reality, we won't do that.
Got ya. So are you there basically just the school year now?
Yes.
That's cool. Does your husband love RVing as much as you?
No.
No? Do you kind of have to force him to RV?
No, I don't, but I really, really, really like it.
Yeah. Does he do it for you sometimes?
He does it, yeah. He never would have RV'd if I hadn't.
I wouldn't have known the difference because he's always so happy walking around here.
He's very happy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even said, why don't you, they were advertising for teaching jobs here. He says, why don't you get a job here for next year and we'll stay?
Is it just the area or the RVing life?
He likes it here. He likes just being at this camp.
Yeah. I love Camp Klamath.
He does.
Me
it's
too.
Amazing. I'm not sure why. Well, I do, because like he got to work with Larry on that tractor. Well, he's not going to ever get to do that at home. You know,
Yeah, you get to have new experiences.
Things that even at their, you know, at our senior age, there's new experiences, and using his old talents that he knows these things. But how often do you ever fix a tractor?
That's true. That's really true.
Yeah. So he had fun.
Is there anything else you would like to say RV related, like advice or anything to anyone who's looking into even getting an RV?
Well, after we pulled out of the lot buying our brand new Sunseeker, they said, "Oh, never buy new."
The people you bought it from? Oh my goodness.
After we paid, you know, top dollar and everything, because they said, "Don't get real old," because, you know, or don't go like a friend of mine was saying, they found one that's 10 years old with 3,000 miles. Well, that's not good either, because it's been sitting around too long. And mice and all that things you don't even think about. We got mice in there.
You have mice in your new one?
We did have mice at one point. They ate all the granola bars.
What was the remedy for that?
We put like Brillo pads around any opening, like under the sink, any of those things where they weren't big, you know, not like rats, but, you know, little openings. Close them up with, you know, like Brillo.
So it just prevented them from coming in. That's good.
Or the cord that comes up from the plug into your back end. We have Brillo around that.
I never even thought about that. We have not had a mice problem, and hopefully we won't.
Well, that's an easy fix.
Maybe
cheap.
I'll just do the preventative measure.
Yeah, just put that around. And again, we have too much food with us too.
Oh.
They're just pack rats.
Aw.
We out rat the rats.
Well, maybe that's something you guys could learn from, and just to downsize. Do you really need? I mean, here, just in Camp Klamath, do you really need all that
Do
stuff?
I need 2 things of bagels and 3 loaves of bread? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Some people do.
Yes, we do.
It's okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your interview. It was wonderful speaking to you.
Thank you.